everyone. Welcome back to another Creative Shock episode. I'm your temporary host, Biful, and next to me here is a very special guest, Mr. Yeti Gaming himself, Andy K. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Great, great. Just getting started. And by the way, how are things going now? I know you had a really busy kind of end of the month, beginning of the month, with all the tournaments, the traveling, everything. I hope you're well and recovered. Everything's okay.
I am happy to be home for a little bit. Let's just put it that way. Like after a couple weeks of travel, it's just nice to be in the same place for like a month.
Oh yeah, I feel you. I mean, it's been great also on my end. A lot of playing, a lot of traveling, a lot of meeting with people, a lot of card shuffling. But it feels to be finally feels to be good back at home just for a couple of weeks, right, before it gets crazy again. Okay, so for people that might not know, I mean, you're very big in the Grand Archive community as a tournament organizer, as part of the team that supports the judging team as well. But can you tell us more about your origins with like Yeti Gaming and with organizing itself? Because to be honest, I met you and I knew of Yeti Gaming via Grand Archive, but I'm pretty sure there's more background to all of this as well.
Yeah, so we've just been like a store in the Midwest for I think it's about 13 years now. Time flies, but we mainly just do like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of Magic, a little bit of Flesh and Blood. But when Grand Archive had its Kickstarter, I actually knew I was in a Discord with a bunch of people who were really excited about it, and one of those people actually was Roger, who ended up becoming one of the developers for the game. So I've known Roger actually for quite a long time, and he's just like, this game's really good. The friend once and loves like, this game's really good, and so we did the Maximum Kickstarter as a game store. Went down to Houston, got to meet all of the developers for Anime Matsuri. I think it was last year. Time has flown with this game. It's crazy. And, the rest is kind of history. It's just been like, I really enjoy the gameplay. I really like the collectability of it. And, just being like kind of a bigger store that's trying to support it, having ran like Pokemon regionals and having done some like other tournament work, you know, got to be on like a first name basis with all the developers, and just kind of goes from there.
Yeah, it was great to meet you as well during Anime Expo. I think it was back in July, right, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
But
I got to
again,
fly in for one day and had just got to see everybody.
yeah, you were there. You had some amazing barbecue. We had some good drinks, so it was a great time overall. But it was insane to see, like you said, how the game has exponentially grown from being
Mhm.
just a small Kickstarter project to having hundreds of people stopping by the booth at every convention that they go to. And I'm just happy that how much reach this game has had so far, to have multiple regionals that you're being a part of too, on organizing and taking care of, right, on your area.
Yeah, yeah. We have our own shop, and then I helped run the Ascent in Houston for
Mhm.
this last couple weeks, and yeah, so hoping to just continue helping out as much as I can for the developers and for the game, because I want to see this game thrive and expand, and I think that is how I can do it best.
Yeah, and for anyone that may not know, Yeti Gaming runs weekly online tournaments in Discord, and you've been doing it since the beginning. So that's why
Mm.
you're one of the pillars of the online community. Just because there's some areas of the world that may not have locals or may not have product, or just a scene that is growing, and Yeti Gaming has been there just to provide us our weekly tournaments. We had a league, we had a championship already. Congrats to
Mhm.
Matt for taking it there as well. We have a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, all the people that are competitive, top 32, top 8 at big events like regionals and Ascent, they are competing on the weekly Jedi Gaming locals, right? So it's
Yeah,
insane.
Caven plays every week.
Yeah, like I saw Kevin messaging like, "Hey guys, anyone to train for Yeti Gaming later today?" So, it's great to see how, like, even as a place, Yeti Gaming is just like a breeding pool of talent, and how many players gather there, they play, they just help each other, and now that there's a league announced, you are running this new league that is part of that is going to be eventually become part of the Omnidex, right?
Yeah, yeah. So just a little bit on that. We're very blessed by Weebs of the Shore, people who make Grand Archive. to like have us as like the official United States, Canada, North American league for Grand Archive. So like that wasn't really even on our radar when we started it. We just wanted a place for, to help grow the game where people can play every week, and especially if they don't have locals they can get to, they have a place they can play online. And starting this week, they started giving us like the Ordinary Bear promos. So they're exclusive to online leagues, and we're the only one in North America who has them and can give them out. So really, really cool. Big shout out to Weebs of the Shore. Big shout out to Grand Archive for like allowing us to do that and help us, grow the game. Because another thing about these leagues is like, yeah, we're a breeding pool for talent. Gives everyone a competitive place to play, but it's also a place for like if you're just getting into the game, if you're like casual and want to play, it's a place you can win some prizes and just play the game as well.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big, I don't want to say like detriments, but there's a lot of places that they only give top pricing, the top three, top eight or something. But when you have a place that it just invites people like, hey guys, play 3 rounds, play 2 rounds, and we're just going to be in the raffle, you're going to get something. I mean, there's
Mhm.
been many, many weeks that I've just been 0-2, 0-3, okay, but guys, I'm going to drop. And I still receive my pricing in the mail because, like you said, everything's online. So all you need to do is you like sign up. Yeah, and you're gonna get your pricing shipped every 15 days, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yep.
yeah, you can get like 2 tournaments in, then you get your pricing, and it feels better to open more packs than just in a,
Yeah.
in a single package. But now that you mentioned that you had your previous experience with offline tournaments, how is it now that you are running online? Is there like where's the pros and cons of that experience? Because I know you're the one running everything, so you have pretty much like hands-on experience on everything that happens between both of them.
So the nice thing about like in-person tournaments is it's really easy to kind of interact with people and like talk to people and see everyone face to face, because like online interactions can be a little, not, I don't want to say like iffy, but like things can get lost in translation a little bit. And I feel like also in person people are a lot less afraid to like call judges and stuff, to where like if there is an issue we can fix them really fast. Where online it's nice because it's accessible, people are just sitting down playing, it's really casual, but at the same time it's like it's also like super casual. So like if there's like a ruling question, a lot of people just won't call a judge, or they won't like report their match on time, so it's a little harder to find everybody. But for the most part they're pretty equal, like running the software and everything. It's just people report their matches, you put it in, you pair the next one, you make sure everything's going well. I don't want to say there's like a significant difference there, but it is, they both have their unique challenges.
Yeah, and now that we had the biggest Grand Archive tournament to date, which was Ascent Houston, that you were part of, what were like unique experiences or something that you can tell us about it? How did it feel to be behind the curtain, just like wrangling all the cats there?
Oh, yeah. Houston was a very inexperience. For everyone who was there, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So we ran it on challenge because like we were supposed to have Omnidex, and then it wasn't quite done in time, and so everyone, me and the devs, all agreed challenge is probably the best thing to do it. And as you know, especially since you were there, challenge has its own set of issues and
Mhm.
has its own set of challenges associated with it, because it is connected to the internet, and it is just has its challenges. Um, so one thing going into it, we were really, really wanted to be careful about if something goes wrong, we want to have a backup. So from the minute the tournament started, we actually were running two tournaments on challenge, because challenge is a little bit of a lie with its pairing. They're not actually random. It depends on how what your seeding is initially. And if you run two tournaments exactly the same with the exact same participants and the exact same records, they'll run exactly the same all the way through. So we had two tournaments going at the same time. Internet was a little spotty in the event, so in the event hall, so it was like took some time to get everything in, and then go to pay around two. The backup tournament crashes. Oh no, sorry. Okay, but we have the main tournament,
Yeah.
so we're okay. Internet's super slow still. It's taking like 30 seconds to get every match slip in. Shinja comes out of nowhere, saves the day, gets us really nice internet. Great. Um, we get everything. Round two goes fine. It's a little slow still because Even if the internet's going fine, challenge still has its issues. We're working on trying to fix the backup tournament that crashed. Whatever. Round 3 goes, going into lunch break. Great. While we're doing the lunch break, we're set. Like, we figured challenge isn't going to happen for the backup, so we actually got another software going, and we're inputting all of the match results. We're manually pairing everything, so we have that backup going. But okay, challenge is going smooth. Everyone's at lunch. 20 minutes before the lunch break ends, I put the last result in. We triple checked everything. Crashes. So we started with 2 tournaments and we ended up with 0. As you know, we had the lunch break extended an hour.
Yeah.
So basically, if that was just the whole thing, I kind of want to explain this a little bit. I don't know if this was actually your question, but I do think I owe it to the people to
Definitely
explain what happened here. So all that happens, my heart goes into my stomach. Take a deep breath. Everyone around just takes a deep breath, and then Alan goes, "All right, we just have to what's our plan?" And then just go forward with it. And so there was one other person who I brought to run the event with me. His name is Gage. He works at Yeti. He's in college, but he helped run the Yeti Regional, and that went super good. And so he came with me to help run the event, and he was running the backup. So Gage immediately goes and starts manually pairing round 4. Thankfully, we already started on the backup tournament, and he's working on, and Theo Chickaplu is working on that with me. And Alan is trying to fix the tournament that crashed. And then Sonny, Siladar, people know him as, is trying to get Omnidex up. So there was a chance at Ascent that we were going to bring Omnidex out.
Wow. Okay.
It was about halfway done. But, we told everyone it's going to be 30 minutes. We get the manually pairing done in time for that 30-minute barrier. And then we're just double checking, make sure no one paired into each other. We didn't have any repeat pairings. And just realized we forgot to pair 50 people before we put up the pairing. So that's why there was that additional 30-minute extension. Okay. It should have been an hour to begin with, but we just we missed a tab. So after an hour, we got the manual pairings up, and then after that, we didn't have to manually pair anymore. We got the other software up, and from then, it ran super smoothly. But that is why we had an additional hour lunch break, addition to the hour, or it was a 2-hour lunch break total at Ascent. So if anyone was curious about that, that is what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I was also at the Anaheim Regionals, which had some software issues with the pairings and everything. So it's not uncommon to have some mistakes that are outside of our control. But it was very, I would say, reassuring to see how Alan just stepped in the front, like, "Hey guys, this is what happened. We had a delay. There are going to be some issues with the pairings because this happened. If you have an issue, come talk to me," right? I mean, he just was straightforward. He was clear about it, and he just was transparent. So even when things are sometimes they are not running as smooth as we could expect. I mean, I could see the whole staff working hard that weekend just to keep everything afloat, make everything was running on a timely manner. And even on day 2, we were ahead of schedule, if I'm not mistaken. So everything went perfect, and I could see a lot of faces relaxing on the second half of the event.
Yeah, day 2, we were done 1 minute before we were supposed to be. We were 1 minute early. But I really appreciated everyone's understanding and patience at the event with all that. We still got out at 10:30. We were still there. We did get out at a reasonable hour, thankfully, still. But I did appreciate everyone's patience. Everyone who was annoyed had 100% right to be. I would have been annoyed as a player, but everyone was also just extremely understanding. And I really appreciate it. It was more of it hurt my pride more than anything.
No, I mean, I remember saying meeting you at the event, "Hey man, how are you doing?" You're we're there, but I could say okay, you do your thing. I'm not gonna stop you. Just off to the next one. Same with the devs. I know they were just running from one way to the other, and just the amazing, I would say, when the closing ceremony when the closing ceremony happened, just to see everyone and hear everyone, how everyone just excited and cheering and just happy about the whole event and the spoilers and the things to come, like it just puts
Oh yeah,
me at ease of how much understanding and support there is from the community towards the game and the devs themselves, that they are trying to just be as uh, open and as involved with the community, like on a daily basis, basically. Yeah. So uh,
yeah. No, like going off of that, yeah, like you could tell like the closing ceremony, everything was an absolute just like celebration of Grand Archive and a little bit of a release for everyone. Like, okay, we did it, it's over, and it's just like thankfully I get to interact with the developers quite a bit, and they are so unbelievably passionate about this game, and it's doing extremely well. I will say that like the one thing that reassures me every time, and we saw that in the closing presentation with Proxy's Vault, is like they're willing to do things that no other card game company before has been willing to do. Like with the FTC redemption, Proxy's Vault, the collector tournament, Path of Silver,
yeah.
crazy. So many people were there just for that. They have so much passion, and it's always just incredible to see and to talk to them.
Yeah, and same for your staff. I mean, I'm sure that it wasn't an easy task to crunch the numbers, check the cards on Path of Silver, and we see just everyone just there with like with their signs, almost like it felt like an auction house when they were being called
Yeah,
with their numbers. But it was really fun. Like you said, it was something new that they are providing to a TCG that. To my knowledge, it's on. I haven't experienced that before with the Path of Silver, with the redemption set, with the proxy. I'm really excited about all those things.
yeah.
And I mean, I know that I don't want to dwell into the spoiler territory, but what's to come on the organized play? If you can just tell us what's in the horizon for tournaments, for sanctioned events, for Yeti Gaming itself.
So I know. So we're store championships just got announced. Next set of regionals just got announced, which Yeti is running one, which is going to be awesome. Frankly, for besides like what you probably know with like Ascent and Worlds, there's not much I can say
Oh,
because that's to be announced later. But it's exciting. I'm really excited for
I'm totally out of the loop on that one. Sadly, I had to run like during the closing ceremony. I had to step out, and I came
Oh,
back, and
okay.
everyone's like, "So what happened?" And they're like, "Oh, Worlds announced." Like when? Like what's going on? I missed half of the spoilers, so I had to just go back to the hotel room and look at the recording of the live stream, like just to see like okay, now I know why people were so hyped about.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Worlds in Vegas. I love Vegas, and I think it's a really, really cool place. Because I believe there's also going to be an Ascent ran alongside Worlds as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, I know that there's gonna be Ascent Auckland, the Ontario as well, but
Hmm.
there's also the regionals. I think they were announced. One I think another in Anaheim, if I'm not mistaken. One
Yes.
one in Toronto. But are you guys gonna be involved in that one, or which ones are you gonna be part
For
of the
regionals,
circuit?
they're kind of more just like extended local level events. So
Hmm.
for regionals themselves, we're just involved with Yeti Gaming.
Okay. Okay. I mean, but still, just the fact that there's so many events globally happening, it just to me that seems like a bright future for GA. But another thing that I'm curious is like, I know that you are part of according to Discord, you're like number one judge in GA, right? So, is there any information about the judge system or program that may be in the works?
I'm aware the judge program is coming soon, and that's going to be like a more official thing. Because right now it's just a little bit of volunteers. And shout out to all of the judges at Ascent; they did a phenomenal job. But I know that is going to be more official going forward. Hopefully before the not Auckland, but before whatever the I always because it throws me off because it's the one in California. Is it? Ontario,
Oh, yeah, Ontario, California.
Ontario, California. Yeah, there should be something before then. I am aware there's going to be some sort of like special judge promos as well,
Oh,
and that's going to be like an incentive to get people into judging and like because they do really a lot of incentive for playing the game because the pricing is so generous. So something little like even like a judge promo to help people, have an incentive to judge because that is the foundation for every trading card game is going to be good. But yeah, there is going to be a judge promo.
yeah, that's something that I've seen a lot of excitement about because, like you mentioned, there's always going to be judges needed for every single sanction event, and sometimes there's a lack of help on that end. So, same as you, like a big thanks to all the staff that just there grinding, just not, I mean, not literally on the playing the game, but there's a lot of complicated corner cases when it comes to rulings and calls. We learned that with the whole layer debacle and and
Oh
nullifying
my god, yeah,
lantern fracturized, I mean, it's not easy, and sometimes like you may know the answer, but then like how can I articulate it, or how can I explain it, or how do I find it in the
yeah,
rule book? So it is difficult just to be there and to have the responsibility, right, to have the right call at that specific moment. And it's not an easy one, and I appreciate all the work they put because it all is from passion, right? I mean, they're there because they love the game and they're passionate about it, and like I'm glad to hear that there's going to be more incentives and support for everyone that does that because we do need it 100%.
yeah, and we need it, and they deserve it. Like you said, it's knowing the rules is only half the battle.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's been great to have you so far, and I hope to see you again soon. Hopefully in the next convention, next big event. But if not, I'm definitely going to be seeing you every week in the weeklies now. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm arranging my schedule not to collide with like Thursdays 5 p.m. so I can be clear and keep on maybe winning those raffles for the Bears, right?
fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
But no,
and again,
seriously, thank you for having me. Thank you and Lime and Gaz, everyone for having me on here.
no, and thank you for all the support that you have given us as a player, as an organizer, as a friend, as staff, everything that you've been doing for these months. And I know that the community and the devs themselves, they appreciate it as well. That's why we are here, and that's why we just wanna put a little bit of a spotlight on anyone in the community that is doing some great work just to make it grow.
I was extremely appreciated. Thank you.
Well, I think that's it for today, guys. But thank you so much for everything, and have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye.
Yep.